Good evening and welcome now to Charleston, Missouri, and we are gearing up for an amazing night of high school basketball. I'm Frankie Castillo, glad to have you alongside here tonight as Poplar Bluff will take on the Charleston Bluejays. And coming your way later on this evening, that's what we are expecting to be a really good ball game coming up. Poplar Bluff and the Charleston Bluejays, and you've got the scoreboard now up on the screen, and it is a very unique setup here tonight. It is a 43-38 score right now with the JV Mules down by 5. They have been down the majority of the ball game. However, I will say that they have made a storming comeback here. And just a moment ago, Jackson Moore was able to knock down a three-pointer in the corner, and we shall see coming up if our JV Mules are able to make a better comeback and take on a very good team out of Charleston. By the way, on the varsity side of things, that's coming up directly following the JV game. Boy, it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, it seems like every team that we face this year, as you see there, the Mules with a big steal, trying to continue to make a big comeback here. Jackson Moore kicks it outside, wide open. Edmondson for three, it's no good. Boy, that would have been a huge shot if that was able to fall. We get a Mules player down, Cameron Settle. Thankfully, he is able to pop right back up. And we're going to see Dallas Williams coming in for the Mules. I was going to say this Charleston ball team, they are ranked number 1 in Class 3. So it never gets any easier for the Mules. And we are seeing that here tonight. By the way, Gary Simmons is tuning in tonight. Sorry you don't feel well, my friend. Talking about the blood pressure. Hopefully the blood pressure will sustain itself, and we'll see the Mules as Jay Edmondson is going to go in and be blocked out of bounds. No foul is called, and it'll still remain with Poplar Bluff with about 6:19 to go here in the ball game. Mules, Jay Edmondson throwing it in the middle. We're going to get a tie-up, and it'll belong to the Blue Jays here. Blue Jays are going to go coast to coast, give them 2 more points. It is back to a 7-point ball game again, 45-38. We are currently on YouTube and on Facebook. Williams with a big 3-point basket, and that brings it back down to a 4-point game again. Tawan Hill says, could it be an upset tonight? You know what? It's a great question. We're going to ask Coach Durden that question coming up right after this ball game. Once again, Charleston is able to go back up top, and they are able to extend this lead yet again to a 6-point ball game. And can't wait for this one to start up. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. This one is going to go on the Blue Jays of Charleston. It'll be just their 3rd team foul. The Blue Jays right now, they've got 3 team fouls. The Mules have 4. And in case you're wondering right now, on the screen, why you see no timeouts, that is because on the scoreboards up here, they don't have timeouts, and we were out of the gym for a little while getting everything set up. So I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, on the JV side, how many timeouts are left for each team. So we're going to go ahead and just say 0. That's not correct, and we know that, but we don't know exactly how many timeouts each team has. When we got here today, it was very unique. We got here about 4:15. Tim and I walked in the gym, and we started to unload everything as we see Charleston extend their lead to 8 points now, 49-41. The funny thing was, we got in, literally I would say we got everything up top, and we hadn't unpacked anything yet. The only thing we unpacked was we got the table situated, and we got our suitcases, etc. up here, and then the fire alarm went off here in the gym. They evacuated the entire building. We had to go outside and wait for a little while. So, we're not, everything is good to go. We're all set up and ready. It is a very unique way of setting things up as Jay Edmondson's 3-point basket is in and out. It's going to stay with the Mules out of bounds on number 34 there of the Blue Jays. So Poplar Bluff continuing to make some small comeback right now. It is a 49-41 game. So we thank you again for tuning in tonight for Mules basketball for the Blue Jays of Charleston. It is senior night as Dallas Williams takes a line drive basket right there near the elbow. And he gets away with a big steal. Oh, what a move inside for 2 points. Mules now down by 6. It is still a 2-possession game. Mules defense is turning up the pressure. There's another steal. There's the running floater, too strong that time. Cameron Settle with a big rebound and then taken away by the Blue Jays. Man, that could have been a big deal for the Mules there. Shot is no good. Edmondson goes up for the loose ball rebound, and now Jackson Moore, he wanted that three-point basket. Oh, we're going to get an offensive foul. Yep, that one's going to be an offensive foul on Cameron Settle. Jay Piles made that call. It was the right call as he lowered the shoulder there, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Blue Jays out of Charleston. Joshua Knight tuning in. Him and Josh and Tony are all tuning in. Glad to have you alongside Josh and Tony for Poplar Bluff Mules basketball. We are so happy that you are with us here on a pretty chilly Thursday night. And the whole day, my whole day has been messed up. I've been walking around thinking it's Friday all day. Typically, we don't play on Thursdays, and it's a rare Thursday game. So all day, my whole entire day has been kind of messed up. But, you know, the important thing is to remember that after tonight's game, Tim and I, we're going to be off for 7 straight nights. That has not happened since, well, football season, I guess. Since early December, we have been in every gym, it seems like, in Southeast Missouri. But for the next several days, we're going to be off as our next ball game following tonight is not going to come until next Thursday. We'll take on Park Hills Central, that is, the Rebels, and we'll be up in Park Hills. And then a week from tomorrow, we're back home. It is our final game, our final home game, that is, of 2023. And we'll take on the Sykeston Bulldogs. That game was postponed because of the weather. We had ice during that time, so we were unable to play. So we will get back to that game next Friday. So we'll see if the Mules here before then, if they can string together a couple of wins. I know tonight, man, what an atmosphere this is going to be coming up. It is the Charleston Bluejays. It is their senior night, and they are actually, and this might play into the Mules' favor as we get a whistle and a foul coming up on Poplar Bluff. And that will be the 5th team foul for the Mules, or make that team foul number 6 rather. And now the Blue Jays are going to be in the bonus the next time around. What I was going to say was that this game actually might play in to the Mules' favor. And here's what I mean by that. Because after tonight, Charleston, they're gearing up for districts. That's that simple. They gear up for districts coming up, and they will have their districts starting next week. So who knows what we're going to see. I know Coach Williams, he is a very good coach. Marcus Williams, he has already won in 3 seasons, not even 3 full seasons. He has already won 60 games so far. That's incredible. He's already won a state title back in 2022. I mean, he's done it all. He won it as a player for Charleston, as we see them knock down 2 more points. As a coach, he has also won a state championship as well. So this guy knows how to coach. He knows how to play. We'll see what happens here tonight when the Mules take on the Blue Jays. It is the Blue Jays' final game this season, and it is at home. It is senior night, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully the Mules are going to come to play. I know they will, and we'll see what kind of offensive strategy they're going to have for the Blue Jays here tonight. Good move there by Charleston. They're going to go up 2 more points, and now they've extended their lead coming up on the 2:45 mark. Just under 2:45 now to play. And I'm going to attempt to get to the top of the hour before we bring in our radio audience. Going to try that anyway. We wanted to jump on a little bit early just so that way you can kind of see the JV game in the 4th quarter. 3-point basket by Settle is no good. Edmondson going for the loose ball rebound. We get a jump ball. Possession's going to stay with the Mules. That was a good jump there by Jay Edmondson. So Mules taking on the Blue Jays and what's going to be yet again another ranked team. And this one goes out of bounds. Good job by the Blue Jays there. Oh, I've got that green drink going tonight, Tim. Boy, it tastes good. No John Scott tonight. He is back in Bluff. He had a school board meeting to get ready for. Three-point basket is no good by the Mules. Mules maybe got away with it over the back. Still could not put it in. Now it's going to go out of bounds on Jackson Moore. And Moore nearly ran over a cheerleader down there. I'm going to attempt, Tim, to get to the top of the hour. We'll see how it pans out. And that might be a 5-second call. Nope, going to be a timeout, I believe, by the Blue Jays. Just called it in time, too. 2:22 is all that remains here in the ball game. And the Blue Jays with 4 team fouls. The Mules have 6. By the way, I just got a text message from my wife, and this is about Poplar Bluff. My son's team looks like Poplar Bluff squeaks out a win over Twin Rivers, 34-31. That's in 6th grade basketball. It is a 10-point game with about 2:22 to go. It is the senior night here for the Blue Jays of Charleston. Good crowd coming in now. We knew there would be a full crowd. It is senior night after all. Charleston coming in with a record of 19-6. Oh, good steal by Edmondson. Mules trying to put points up on the board. It still could not get the shot to go down. Tell you what, the Blue Jays turning it over a little bit, letting the Mules kind of climb in a little, but the Mules are unable to really do much inside the paint right now. They cut it down to a 1-possession game, and since then, it has been pretty much all Charleston. Make sure and share this video feed for us if you're watching right now on social media. Later on tonight, I forgot to do this the other night because we got so pumped up with the Dexter game, but coming up tonight I'll be able to focus. We're going to give away some of these long sleeve shirts that we have and some hoodies courtesy of Southeast Sign and Graphics. We're going to do that coming up here tonight. Can't wait for that. So all you got to do is share the video feed. We'll check some of the shares coming up throughout this ball game. And we've got maroon and gray, so you'll be able to pick. And we're going to get a carry there on the Blue Jays. It'll be Bluff basketball. So now Dallas Williams. .146 to play here in the ball game. There we go. 18 fouls here for the Mules right now. 8-4. All right, coming up in about maybe one minute from now, 90 seconds, you're going to hear the mic go silent. And all that is, we're just going to introduce our radio audience. I wanted to wait until the top of the hour. And we're going to get a full timeout here. This one by the Mules, which kind of works out in our favor. 11-point game, JV Mules down 54-43. We're gearing up for the varsity side of things coming up. Poplar Bluff taking on the Blue Jays out of Charleston. Charleston's ranked #1. Can't wait for this one to get underway. All right, so we've got about 30 seconds from now. We're gonna end our microphones here for just a moment. You want to go on the air live with me? I'll put you on. But you got to go for Bluff. Lady walked right in front of us. She didn't know if she could come up or not. I said, sure you can. We'll put a headset on you. Just got to go for Bluff. All right, so we're going to go silent. We're going to be introducing our radio audience coming up right now. You won't miss a thing. We're coming right back live on the Mules Radio Network. Big three-point basket there by Bo Williams rather. Dallas Williams, big three-pointer, 54-46. There's a turnover there by the Blue Jays, so the Mules are going to try to make a small comeback here. They've got to have points under 90 seconds. Jay Edmondson, he was held, and a foul on the floor, and that'll be team foul number 5 for the Blue Jays. All right, we're going to introduce our radio audience. It is now 7 o'clock on this Thursday night. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And good evening. We come to you live here from Charleston, Missouri, as tonight the Mules will take on the Blue Jays out of Charleston. I'm Frankie Castile alongside on the camera. It is the one, the only Tim Hicks, and we are gearing up for an amazing night of high school basketball. Poplar Bluff will take on the Blue Jays out of Sykeston, or make that Blue Jays out of Charleston, rather. I was just talking about the Sykeston Bulldogs a moment ago because we're going to see them a week from tomorrow. So 1:21 to play here in the ball game. It is a 54-46 ball game. We're currently in the JV side. I will tell you now, if you're watching the scoreboard on Facebook, on YouTube, you see the 121 there. The way we are set up, and this is a very unique setup, it's going to be jumping a lot here tonight. We'll try to do our best to keep it, stationary. But the way the camera is mounted, it is on the bleachers. So anytime somebody is running, like right now, that will affect it. So we'll keep an eye on it for you. As we see the Mules right now, Cameron Settle inbounds it. Mules are down by 8 points, 1:17 to play in regulation, and nearly a turnover. Good job by Dallas Williams, and he'll go up. He gets 2 more points, and now it's back to a 6-point ball game again. And the Mules are doing everything they can to stay in this JV game. It is 1:03 to play in the ball game, and the Mules trail 54-48. JV action currently in Charleston. Charleston is ranked number 1. A double dribble against the Blue Jays, and Edmondson, he thought he was going to get called for the foul. He looked back at the official and said, what did I do? I didn't touch him. It's going to be against the Blue Jays. It'll be a turnover. So now the Mules, man, they're in great position right now to cut in to this lead. They don't need a 3, but if they can get one, that'll be great. They're going to take one right now. This one no good. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up on the Mules. Maybe not the shot they were looking for, but it's still going to be a 1-and-1 on the way for the Blue Jays. 19 fouls for Poplar Bluff. And the Mules, if somehow Charleston is able to miss the free throw, then who knows? We'll see what happens coming up here tonight. And like we've said before, it is a very unique setup here tonight. Tim is going to do everything he can to zoom in and zoom out, etc. First one is up, and it is good by the Blue Jays there on the free throw shot. 55-48 now. It is a 7-point game. It is senior night for the Blue Jays, who are coming in ranked number 1 in Class 3. And second free throw is no good. Nearly an offensive board, though, by the Blue Jays. And now Williams outside the Jay Edmondson. He'll take a 3-point basket. It's going to be blocked. And now the Blue Jays quickly down the floor. And that might be enough right there to end it. 57-48 now the score. Renee Sneathern is tuning in. She says, let's go Mules. Somebody asked earlier on, Miss Hill, could this be an upset tonight? I think it could be. I really do. The way the Mules are playing right now, they played very well against New Madrid. They didn't have Gavin Rivers. They played really well against Dexter. They just can't get off to a slow start like they did against Dexter. If they get off to a good start, who knows? I think anything can happen. I really do. 18.9 seconds here before we get ready for the official pregame. And we're going to get a whistle here. Going to be a foul on the Mules, and that'll be team foul number 10 now for Poplar Bluff. 10-5 are the current fouls, and it's a double bonus now the rest of the way. In just a moment, we're going to be joined by head coach Will Durden of the Mules. We'll pick his brain, and then we'll get to our starting lineups, and then it'll be tip-off before you know it. It is senior night between the ball games here for the Blue Jays, so they'll recognize their seniors, and they deserve that, obviously, as the Blue Jays are getting ready for their districts coming up in a mere matter of days. As a matter of fact, we'll tell you real quickly the schedule upcoming for the Blue Jays. Missed both free throws, and the Blue Jays nearly got the offensive rebound too. They almost did it. All right, so the Blue Jays coming up in the district tournament as Mules with a shot that's no good. The Blue Jays are the number 1 seed in their upcoming Class 3 District 2 bracket. They'll play on February 22nd. Final score 57-48. They're going to play the winner of Valley Catholic and Kelly. The number 2 seed, by the way, in that district is going to be Woodland. By the way, Charleston, they have won over 10 straight district championships, a couple of state titles in this massive run. They have won 12 district titles in a row. That's how good this Charleston team has been over the last several years. It's hard to beat them. Faith Durden is tuning in. Glad to have you alongside, Miss Durden. If you hang on for just a moment, I believe he's going to go in the locker room, but we'll have Coach Will Durden coming up in just a moment. He'll be tuning in, or he'll be walking up here in just a moment. I don't know, Faith. People's been asking, can tonight be the night that we see the Mules upset a ranked team? I think we can, Faith. I think the Mules are poised and ready for that challenge. How cool would that be if the Mules are able to get on this and get on a winning skid here and knock off the number 1 team in the state of Missouri? Man, that would be awesome. We're going to clear the scoreboard here and get ready for the next contest between Poplar Bluff and the Charleston Bluejays. So we'll do that here real quick. Right now they are doing a senior night here for the Charleston Bluejays. Let me add some timeouts here. I'm sure Coach Durden would appreciate that as well. So what we're going to do is, all right, we're going to get it back to the first quarter here. There we go. We're good to go on the scoreboard now. And we're going to go to a quick timeout. We're going to come back, and we'll be joined by the head coach, Will Durden, here in just a moment. You're watching and listening to live coverage of Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff.
And we are back here live in Charleston, Missouri. And let's talk about the Mules here tonight as they are wrapping up here, continuing with their senior night festivities. Let's talk a little bit about the Poplar Bluff Mules. Their last game came up on Tuesday, on Valentine's Day, where the Mules took on the Dexter Bearcats. What a game that truly was for the Mules. The Bearcats outscored the Mules 19-10 in that first quarter, but then the Mules, man, they come storming back. They were able to outscore the Bearcats 18-3 in quarter number 2, and then the Mules outscored the Bearcats 14-10 in the third. Bearcats outscoring the Mules 16-13 there in the fourth, and the Mules would go on to win by 7, 55-48. In the ball game, the Mules were led by Darius Graham, 9 points. No Mules player, by the way, was able to get in double figures. However, the Mules had a lot of scoring. Mules, Darius Graham, 9 points. He was 3 of 8 from the free throw line. Also scoring was Preston Moore, had a big night, 8 points overall. He was 2 of 2 on the free throw line. And then 7 points each by Brendan Durden. He was 1 of 3 on the free throw line. Also 7 by Isaiah Neville and by Gavin Rivers. The cheers you hear there, they are honoring the boys basketball team and the cheerleaders. Also, 5 point, or make that 6 points by Jack Scott. Had a big night, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Marlon Hickman-Roberson, 5 points on the ball game. Mules only turned the ball over 9 times against the Dexter Bearcats. Mules also shot 21 out of 49 from the floor. And the Mules bench, by the way, was able to hit it with 27 points off the bench. That is incredible, and it's hard to beat a team when you have bench production like what we saw on Friday, or make that Tuesday night. I told you, this whole night's got me all confused. We don't usually play on a Thursday, but we're going to get with it. We're going to get there. Mules picking up their 9th win of the season. Now looking at the Blue Jays, their last game was against the ranked number 1 in Class 5, the Tigers out of Cape Central. This one went back and forth for quite a while. Central was able to outscore Charleston 17-13 in the first quarter. Charleston repaid the favor 12-10 in the second quarter. But then the biggest difference was the third quarter. Cape Central got out to an impressive lead. They would outscore Charleston 22-13 in the third, and then the Blue Jays returned the favor as well by outscoring Cape 27-22 in the fourth, but it was not enough as Cape Central hangs on to win by 6. They go on for a final score of 71-65 in the ball game. One thing about Charleston, very consistent on their starting five. Tonight, it is senior night. They might go a different direction, but all season long, for the most part, they have started pretty much the same folks. Almarian Williams, he had 10 points in the ball game. Pretty much all their starting five in double figures against Cape Central. They don't have a deep bench, believe it or not. Their starting five is their core players, but they were led in scoring by P.J. Farmer, 18 big points for him. And then following that, you've got Katarian Owens. He would pick up 13 points, 12 by Rico Coleman and by Trey Stanback. And each of those had 12 points. And, of course, Almarian Williams, he would add 10 points overall. And from the field, or for the game rather, the Blue Jays were 6 out of 22 from behind the arc. But here's the big thing. They were 19 out of 28 on the free throw line. They are not afraid to get to the free throw line. So that's one thing that our Mules will be dealing with here tonight. And, oh, by the way, you look at their season stats for the Blue Jays, and just those 5 guys I mentioned, they are the normal starters. They are all 5 averaging double figures for this Blue Jay team. They are led in scoring by P.J. Farmer, who, by the way, is only a sophomore. He is averaging about 19 points a ball game. Trey Stanback, he is averaging about 14. And then Rico Coleman, can't forget about him. He is averaging 16 points a ball game. So you get the idea what I'm talking about. This Charleston team, they know how to play, and it's going to be a good battle all the way around, all night long. They have not started the clock yet. They have just wrapped up senior night. So, matter of fact, they're putting the balls now at midcourt, so that means we should be moments away from Coach Will Durden walking up here and getting the mic, and we'll talk to him about what to expect coming up. Gotcha. Miss Faith is tuning in. She's not feeling the best. I hope you feel better soon, Miss Faith. Glad you're tuning in tonight, and hopefully we're going to bring, I say we like I'm part of the team, hopefully the Mules, rather, are going to stun Southeast Missouri. They can do it. They've got the ability, no doubt. They've got the talent and the ability. How nice would that be if the Mules are able to knock off the number 1 team in the state of Missouri? That is something to watch out for. Ron Withrow is tuning in. He says, let's go, and I'm seeing the Mules now walking out, and hopefully they're going to start that clock very soon, Ron. And I'm waiting for Coach Durden. The Mules team is now, there it is. You can hear that. Listen to this. That's that EAS sound. That's that EAS sound you hear in the background. That means that they're gearing up. So now we've got Coach Will Durden. We'll get him on the mic here real quick, and we'll have him talk a little bit to us about what he expects here tonight as Poplar Bluff and the Blue Jays get ready for battle. And, Coach, first things first, I look at the schedule. Do we ever play anybody that's not ranked in the top 10 in Missouri?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
It has been a while. So this team coming in is ranked number 1, and it's senior night. So tell me how your boys are feeling as they get ready to take on the Blue Jays of Charleston. Always a tough matchup.
I think our guys are excited. I mean, we've been, like I said last time on the radio, it's not anything new that we've seen. We played mostly ranked teams this year, it felt like, and our kids have been competing. That's what we're going to continue to do.
So here tonight, let's go through the numbers. All 5 starters for the Blue Jays are averaging double figures. The offense clearly runs through P.J. Farmer. He was injured earlier this season. It looks like he's 100% healthy. Give me your thoughts on him.
He's a good ball player. I mean, he does it all for him. He can shoot it, he can handle it, he dishes it off. He's a good, to be a sophomore, he's pretty dang good.
Looking at the Mules going back to Tuesday night against Dexter, we got off to a slow start. They outscored us 19-10 there in the first. But what happened in that second quarter? We only allowed 3 points by the Bearcats, really giving our Mules all the momentum. How critical will it be for your Mules to get that quick start here tonight?
I think our guys were a lot more proactive on defense the second half. I mean, we took the game to them, and I thought the first half we just kind of was wait and see and sat back and let them do whatever they wanted to. And, you know, we haven't been very good when we've done that this year. And, you know, when we're a little more aggressive on defense, we're pretty good.
Let me ask you this. I mean, you look at this Charleston team, and thankfully for them, they start districts next week. So just maybe, they may be thinking about that instead of our game.
This team is, you know, I grew up playing against teams like this, and, you know, this team in particular, and, you know, they take every game serious, and I don't think they overlook anyone.
So here tonight, we look at this, and then, by the way, free throws for our team is going to be critical. We've got to be able to get in the paint, get the fouls. And, by the way, the last time Charleston played, they played Cape Central, they got to the free throw line 29 times.
Yeah, they're a good team. Their best offense is go try to shoot a layup and get the rebound and put it back up. I mean, they got a couple guys who can shoot it, but their best offense is just to leak out and go shoot layups. So we definitely got to get back, and we got to fill the middle and just be tough.
2 more questions. You've had a couple of days to think about it when it comes to who you might start here. Gavin Rivers, he has been plagued a couple of games with an injury. He's out there warming up. What's his status?
He's getting better. He's getting better. He's you know, I think by next week he'll be good. You know, he's going to play tonight, but like I said, I mean, it's still kind of day-to-day with him.
I know that your lovely wife is back at home not feeling well. It's going to mean a lot to her to go out and win tonight. No extra pressure, by the way.
It would be nice.
But to beat the #1 team in the state of Missouri, what's it going to come down to in your mind?
We need to get back and play a half-court defense. You know, make them work for everything they get, and don't let them get out in transition and get early buckets.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you. Go get them. We'll see you guys afterwards.
All right, thanks.
You betcha. Head coach Will Durden joining us live here. Hopefully he's okay. They'll won the trip. Our setup here is very unique. We appreciate him coming up here and talking to us on the air. And that's it. That's a wrap. We're about 11 minutes to go until tip-off. It is the Mules. It is the Blue Jays. I know our school board back in Poplar Bluff. They've got it, I believe, on the big screen right now. If not, I'll be texting John Scott, giving him a piece of my mind since he is not here. And I will tell you again, I'll say this a lot, if you're tuning in on Facebook, tuning in on YouTube, we are going to do our best. Folks like to walk right in front of Tim's camera. I don't know what about that camera it is, but it draws folks, and they want to stand right in front of it. I don't know why. I mean, if I saw a camera, I would go the other way. But whenever Tim, it may be because they're attracted to Tim. I don't know. All I know is it flocks everybody over here to our section. Nevertheless, we're in the corner. I feel like we're in trouble. We are in the corner. We're going to make the most of it. Coming up next, we've got your starting lineups here tonight. And the ironic thing is, it's senior night for the Blue Jays. The question is, are they going to start the normal 5, or are they going to go a little bit differently? That's going to be the question. Now, remember, at New Madrid, it was their senior night. They did not go away from their starting 5. We'll see if Charleston does that here tonight, coming up in about 10 minutes. We'll be back with our official lineups in just a moment. You're watching and listening to Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Eye Care Specialists is committed to the protection and the preservation of the precious gift of sight. Nothing is more important than your eyesight. That's the way the doctors of Eye Care Specialists see it.
Protecting your toys are just as important as protecting your daily driver. First Choice Insurance can help find the coverage for your ATVs, boats, and campers that will give you peace of mind and not break your bank. So don't forget to allow First Choice Insurance to review your insurance needs today.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is a family-owned one-stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology, as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
Larry Hillis is a proud sponsor of Mule Sports. Local sports, local fans, and local business. A winning combination.
All right, we are back, and let's get to our starting lineups here tonight. What do you say? Let's begin with the home team because we are live in Charleston. Let's start with the Blue Jays here tonight. They are coming in with a record of 19-6 overall. The SEMO Conference record is 4-2. They are averaging 64 points on offense. Defensively, only allowing 46 points a ball game. By the way, Charleston, they have won 12 consecutive district championships. That is very much impressive. They're being coached by Jamarcus Williams. And Jamarcus Williams, his assistant coaches are Jordan Kimball and Aaron Harlan. The Blue Jays, Jamarcus Williams, he is in his third season as the head coach. He's got a record of 60 wins and 18 losses, a winning percentage of .769. And let's talk about who we believe are going to be the first off the bench. We believe at number 12, Rami Turner, a 5'10 senior. Also number 30, Rolandis Wiley, a 6'2 senior. And number 52, Deshaun Henderson. He is a 6'3 sophomore. Starting five, we believe, is going to look like this. 3 seniors, 1 junior, and 1 sophomore. Number 20, Almarian Williams, a 5'9 senior. Number 22, Flatravian Stanback. He is a 6'1 senior. Number 24, PJ Farmer. He is a 6'2 sophomore. Number 43, Rico Coleman, a 6'5 senior. And number 45, Cotarian Owens. He is a 6'3 junior. Those are the starting five and the first off the bench for the Blue Jays out of Charleston. And now taking a look at your Poplar Bluff Mules, here's who we're thinking are going to be the starting five and the first off the bench. First off, the Mules are coming in with a record of 9-12 overall. Their conference record is 3-3 on the season. And by the way, the last time they won a district title back in 2020, 2021, Mules offense is averaging 62 points on offense, giving up 64 points on defense. They're being coached by Will Durden. He is in his 11th season as the basketball coach. He's got a record of 165 to 112, a winning percentage of .596. His assistants are Aaron Duncan and Dominique Hardiman. Let's take a look now at the first off the bench for head coach Will Durden. Here's who we believe. It'll be at number 1, Isaiah Neville, a 6'1 junior. Number 3, Gavin Rivers, a 6'4 senior. Number 13, Preston Moore, a 6'4 junior. And number 24, Marlon Hickman Roberson. He is a 6' junior. Starting five is looking at something like this. We believe it's going to be at 3 seniors, 1 junior, and 1 sophomore. Let's go ahead and get into it, or make that 2 seniors rather. Number 2, Darius Graham. He is a 6' junior. Number 10, Torrance Williams, a 6'5 junior. Number 14, David Durbin, a 6'2 senior. Number 30, Brendan Durden, a 6' sophomore. And number 33, Jack Scott. He is a 6'6 senior. So those are the starting five and the first off the bench here tonight for the Mules and for the Blue Jays out of Charleston. Remember, Charleston, they are coming in overall ranked number 1 in the state of Missouri. And you look at the Mules schedule overall, it's hard to find a game this year where the Mules have not played a ranked team. That is a true statement right there. Eric Wallace is tuning in. Glad to have you alongside, my friend. How's the weather where you are up there in the great state of Washington? Down here in Missouri, well, we had some rain earlier today, Eric, and the temperatures were in the mid-60s. Now they're in the mid-40s. We had a cold front come through, and that's pretty much wiped away spring, at least for the short term. My good friend Randy Moore tuning in. Him and Tammy Moore watching from Brosley. He says, let's go Preston. Let me tell you, Randy, Preston Moore had a great ball game this past Tuesday night. 8 big points off the bench. He was phenomenal to watch, and I'm expecting more of the same tonight. All right, hit that share button for us if you don't mind on Facebook. Also, let us know where you're watching. More importantly, what team you're going for. It is the Mules. It is the Blue Jays. They are ranked number 1. The Blue Jays are in the state of Missouri. Lee Wallace is tuning in all the way from Evansville, Indiana. Glad to have you alongside, Lee. We're going to take our final timeout of the pregame. Coming up next, we'll have the national anthem, the official starting lineups. Tip-off is on the way between the Mules and the Blue Jays. We are live in Charleston. You're watching and listening live to Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
Scott Law Firm is experienced in estate planning and the preparation of documents like wills and trusts. Let the Scott Law Firm help you protect your family and pass along your estate according to your terms. Call Scott Law Firm today at 785-4688. Southeast Signs and Graphics of Poplar Bluff can handle all of your printing needs, from t-shirts, wall displays, banners, and so much more. Call their team at 573-772-5566 or get to southeastsignsandgraphics.com.
All right, welcome back now to Charleston, Missouri, as the Mules get ready to take on the number 1 team in the state. Stephen Randall says, let's go Mules. Glad to have you alongside, Stephen. Make sure if you're tuning in right now on Facebook or YouTube, hit that share button for us. Deanna is tuning in all the way from Colorado. She says, let's go Mules, hanging out with us on YouTube. Jerry Moore says, let's go Mules, and tags Preston. Tell you what, this Preston kid is so fun to watch. I want to give a big shout out to Michael Minner, by the way. He is at midcourt for the Blue Jays. He is, I guess he's taking over as principal here, I believe, from what I've been told. He let us set up here today. We appreciate him. It's kind of a unique setup. Nevertheless, we're kind of in the corner. I feel like Tim got us punished. We're in the corner all by ourselves. We're all going to rise together, and we're going to get to our national anthem as the flag is over here, Tim, right beside us. And here is our national anthem. There is our national anthem, and we'll get started here with our starting lineups here in just a moment. And getting information from Kent Keith, our Mules athletic director, the JV girls lost to Kennett by a score of 54-43. Appreciate him giving us all the information. So we're about to get started for the starting lineups here tonight for the Mules and the Blue Jays. Darius Graham is going to get that first start. Graham, once again, is a 6-foot junior. Number 10, Torrance Williams, a 6'5" junior. Number 14, David Durbin, a 6'2" senior. So far, 3 out of 3. Number 30, Brendan Durden, a 6-foot sophomore. And the big man at number 33, Jack Scott, a 6'6" senior. The other starter for the Poplar Bluff Mules. And you're going to hear some loud noises coming up. You're going to hear the Undertaker's theme. There it is. There's that tombstone sound. They're gearing up now. The Blue Jays, man, they go all out for the starting lineups. Ranked number 1 for a reason. Mules doing everything they can not to be intimidated. Coming over here, playing against a ranked team. This team is going to be good by districts. They're already good. Torrance Williams getting David Durbin fired up. Little handshake there. Torrance Williams already walking to the center. So Rami Turner is going to get this start. So they are going to do things a little bit different tonight. So Almarion Williams is going to get the start as well. That's 2 seniors tonight. So Trey Standback is going to get the start. He is also a 6'1" senior. So Roy Landis Wiley is going to get this start. He is a senior as well, 6'2" senior. And Rico Coleman, a 6'5" senior. So Charleston does go with a 5 roster man here on the seniors. Some teams do it, some don't. All right, Tim, are you ready, my friend? He is set up in the stands. Appreciate his hard work. Torrance Williams, he awaits. Jessica Dowdy King says, play tough, boys. It's time for Mules basketball. We are live in Charleston. So glad you're able to tune in wherever you may be. It is Rico Coleman at Torrance Williams. I'm Frankie Castile. Let's get it on. Mules basketball live on Facebook, YouTube, and on the radio. We are live. It'll be controlled by the Blue Jays. They are going from left to right on your radio and TV screens. Rico Coleman, top of the key, guarded by Torrance Williams. He's going to drive the lane. It goes up. It's no good. Good rebound by Jack Scott. And we are underway. The Mules now with their first possession on offense. It is so critical for Poplar Bluff to get off to a decent start here tonight. Darius Graham, he'll go up and can't finish. Rico Coleman with a big rebound. So now the Blue Jays down the court very, very quick. Wiley dumps it off to Williams. The Williams shot is no good. Good rebound there by Brendan Durden. Here come the Mules again. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. I believe this one is going to be on Trey Standback. It is, and that'll be the first team foul by the Blue Jays. Stacy Rommel, she is tuning in from Poplar Bluff. Glad to have her alongside. So Standback with a foul here early on. And now we're going to see Brendan Durden drops it off to somehow Jack Scott. He goes up, is too strong, and the rebound is going to come down to Rolandis Wiley. So now Standback gets some space. He goes up top, and it's no good. And a rebound is going to come back to the Mules. And quickly a steal there. Oh, the Mules get it right back. David Durbin. Boy, he is giving the Mules some really good minutes here. Nearly another turnover as Durbin's shot is no good, and somehow he gets his own missed shot and rebound. So now Darius Graham to Torrance Williams. Oh, he's got some space, lays it up and scores. Now that's a good move by Torrance Williams. He makes it look so effortless. I mean, he just does it with such ease. Amazing shot by Torrance Williams, and Gavin Rivers now going to check in momentarily. So now Wiley gets it out to Williams. And at some point, we're going to see some of the other folks coming in. P.J. Farmer is one. Three-point basket is no good by Williams. Darius Graham with a big rebound. Boy, the Mules look good right now. They lead 2-zip. Darius Graham, a wide open three. It's money. Big three-point shot for the Mules. It is now a 5-0 start here by the Mules. We get a whistle and a foul coming up now, and that'll be on the Mules. And that is the first team foul by Poplar Bluff, Gavin Rivers. And now we're going to see for Gavin Rivers as we get a foul on Jack Scott. So now we're going to see for the Mules that Jack Scott takes a seat. Gavin Rivers will come out. So now the Blue Jays going to inbound quickly now. David Durbin, and just like that, we get a whistle and a foul as Kotarian Owens, who just checked in, quickly now. It is a foul, and then the one to make it a three-point play as P.J. Farmer also checks in as well. It is make that 5-2 now, and a foul on Torrance Williams. And it's a three-point play now for Owens. It is now 5-3. So the Mules have two fouls here in the ball game now. Darius Graham. So now we are pretty much back to the original starters, and Darius Graham goes up high, and he lands pretty awkwardly, but he bounces right back up. So now P.J. Farmer rather is going to pick up the foul. So now the Blue Jays, Marion Williams is also in the game as well. First one is up, and it's good by Darius Graham. He's got 4 points here in the ball game. It's 6-2. Mules lead early in the ball game. Second one is up and good by Darius Graham as well. 7-2, or 7-3 rather, the score. I got the scoreboard fixed now to say 7-3. And we're going to get a whistle, double dribble. And it'll be a turnover on the Blue Jays. It'll be on a Standback, and he did not agree with that call, but it's going to be a double dribble. Greg Gerberto is tuning in. Love that guy. We got to get together, Greg, and do another coffee with the pastor. I love doing those things. We did one there at Cape Central during the district championship game in the rain, and man, it was great. Graham again for three, knocks it down. That is 2 threes for that young man. Man, the Mules have started off wonderfully. They lead 10-3. Mules are 3 out of 6 shooting, 2 out of 2 from downtown. Oh, the Mules out of position. Torrance Williams. Oh, the first shot is no good. And now we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Owens could not get the shot to go down. And Durden picks up a foul, and that'll be the third foul by the Mules. And we're going to see Isaiah Neville coming in the ball game now. He'll replace Brendan Durden for the time being. All right, Greg, I'm going to hold you to that, my friend. We're going to get together very soon and do that. P.J. Farmer, a long three. Oh, how do you defend that? How do you defend that three-point basket by P.J. Farmer? He had a hand in his face and still able to knock it down. Kevin Rivers, he goes in and scores it off the backboard. It is now 12-6. Mules trail, or make that Mules lead by 6. Thank you, Greg. That's all Tim, baby. That's all Tim. Shot is no good by Rico Coleman. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Mules, they're saying. And we're going to see Preston Moore coming in the ball game now. Also Marlon Hickman-Roberson as well. So they're going to say the ball went out of bounds a moment ago on Poplar Bluff. 4:05 to go in the first quarter. Mules lead it here 12-6. Owens kicks it outside for the three ball. It is no good. P.J. Farmer could not get the shot to go down, but the offensive foul, it is there as well as Owens again gets the offensive rebound. And now it is a 4-point lead for the Mules, and they're going to say Gavin Rivers is going to be the guilty one there on the foul. Mules have 14 fouls. Owens already 5 points of their 8, and he knocks it down. 3-point play again. It is now a 3-point game. 3:48 to play in the first quarter. Gavin Rivers now works it over to Isaiah Neville. Torrance Williams inside the paint. Back out to Neville. Neville now guarded, almost double teamed it looked like. Good job. The Mules had Charleston out of position. Gavin Rivers' his shot is no good. And it's going to be last touch as Torrance Williams tried for the tip in and could not get it to go down. It goes high off the backboard, and it's going to stay with the Blue Jays now. 3:26 to play, opening quarter. It is a 12-9 score. Man, Charleston, they love going to the lane. They love going to the free throw line. That's their MO. Williams now. Almarian Williams gets it to P.J. Farmer. Farmer only has 3 points, but he is so quick, only a sophomore. And now it is a 1-point game again. It is 12-11 now. Mules lead by 1. Darius Graham going to check back in. Rivers, that's a go-10 right there. Yes, it is. Gavin Rivers will get credit for the bucket. That was the true definition of a goal-10. And now we're going to see Darius Graham back in the ball game. Also, Jack Scott coming in for Torrance Williams. 2:57 to go here in the first quarter. Mules with a 3-point lead. Yes, Greg, Tim is an absolute rock star. That is a true statement there. Best in the business. Shot is no good by Standback. Rebounded by Gavin Rivers. Now the Mules got to slow it up just a little bit. Rivers along the baseline gets it back to center court. Marlon Hitman-Roberson out to Darius Graham. Graham's got 8 points. Preston Moore tries to get it to Jack Scott, and he does. Darius Graham nearly lost a handle. Good job for him to regain. Roberson now gets it back to Jack Scott. Now back to Darius Graham. Graham gets a lane. Oh my goodness, a hard fall. The shot is no good, but Jack Scott with the offensive board. It goes back up and scores. That is 2 hard falls that we have seen Darius Graham take in the first quarter. 2 minutes to go here in the first. Mules lead by 5 again, and now Owens, he gets a little bit of some space. Oh my goodness, how does he do that? He goes up and over Jack Scott and still able to score. Roberson goes up, it's no good. Preston Moore with the rebound, and he gets the rebound and the score. 2 more points for the Mules. It is still 18-13 now. Farmer works it around to Owens. Owens has 8 points, Farmer has 5. 2 men have scored for the Blue Jays so far. Owens does it again, goes up and over Jack Scott. But Jack is in great position. Owens is just a good ball player. He's only a junior, by the way. All right, Gavin Rivers now works it out to Marlon, and now Preston Moore back to Gavin Rivers for 3. It's no good. Jack Scott, another offensive rebound. He goes up and scores. He's got 4 points in the ball game. Boy, I hope John Scott right now is tuning in. His boy is having a great first quarter. 47 seconds and counting. Mules still up by 5. Oh my goodness, good shot by Rico Coleman over Gavin Rivers. 3-point game again, 20-17 to score, 35 seconds and counting here in the first. Gavin Rivers, and we're going to get a whistle here and a foul on the floor against the Blue Jays, and that'll be the 3rd team foul. And we're going to get now Torrance Williams and Brendan Durden coming in the ball game. Jack Scott, Gavin Rivers will take a seat. Looks like maybe Gavin Rivers is maybe hobbling just a little bit. So now the Mules, Torrance Williams going to have it taken away. Turnover on the Mules, and just like that, P.J. Farmer rather, could not get the shot to go down. Mules luck out there. Preston Moore is going to be called, I believe it's going to be a foul against Preston Moore, offensive foul. And that'll be the 5th team foul by the Mules. It is a 3-point game again. 19 seconds and counting here in the first. Boy, the Mules have played very well so far. They lead by 3 points. They put up 20 here in the quarter against Charleston, which, by the way, they're ranked #1 for a reason. P.J. Farmer, three-point ball from the volleyball line. No good. A rebound by Torrance Williams. Well, we have played one quarter of basketball. The Mules right now lead by 3. We're coming right back. You're watching live coverage of Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
All right, so we are back here as we get ready for the third, or make that second quarter rather. And the Mules with the ball right now. That means Charleston will get the next possession arrow. And now Torrance Williams gets it over to Preston Moore. Jack Scott also back in the ball game, as is Darius Graham and Durden. Or make that Durbin rather in the corner, and he'll knock down the shot. Big 2 points there by the Mules. Tell you what, this Mules team right now, it is 22-17 the score. On the other end, a three-point basket by Wiley is no good. Darius Graham with the rebound, and here come the Mules again. Graham shot is no good. And the rebound is going to go right to Owens. P.J. Farmer also back in the ball game as well. Also Turner back in for the Blue Jays, and Marion Williams. So now Turner, guarded by Brendan Durden, goes up and over, and it is now a 22-19 score. Torrance Williams, what a move that was, goes up and banks it in. 24-19 the score. So now, once again, as we reset, Blue Jays down 24-19. A three-point basket by Turner, and he drains another bucket. He has scored 5 in the quarter. Boy, I tell you, this Blue Jays team, Mules going to inbound it. Durden's going to have it taken away. And it's going to be right back to the Mules somehow. The Mules somehow. And another turnover, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul, I believe, on Durden. I believe Durden. Yep, it's going to be his second, and now Charleston is already in the bonus now the next time. Gavin Rivers is back in the ball game. So now the official is going to clean up some lint there on the court. So now the Mules. Turner still in the ball game. Rico Coleman, also P.J. Farmer. Turner goes up, and what a swat by Williams. And now Preston Moore goes the other way. Count it, and the bucket. What a move. What a move by Preston Moore. It's going to be on Rico Coleman, his first. Boy, what a move there by Preston Moore. My goodness, that was good. And we're going to see in for the Blue Jays now. P.J. Farmer takes a seat. And Omarion Williams coming in. Steven says, I hope we win the district. You and I both. Preston Moore now. And he knocks it down. And we're going to get a timeout called at this one by the Mules. It is a full timeout now. So the Mules lead at 27-22. The Mules using their first timeout of the ball game. And let's tell you that our Mules basketball game brought to you by First Midwest Bank, also by Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, also being brought to you by Russians Towing Air Solutions, First Choice Insurance, Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, Patriot Auto Glass, also being brought to you by Christian's Automotive and Tire, Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge, Briggs & Stratton, the Scott Law Group LLC, and Taco John's, proud supporters of Mules basketball. All right, folks watching us right now on social media, what do you think about this game so far? Nico says a solid first from the boys, absolutely. Man, the Mules have really done well against this team. I'm telling you, I think we're seeing something very special with our team. I think that they are starting to figure things out together. And if that is the case, I'll tell you what, this Mules team could be very dangerous as we move forward to close out the regular season and get ready for districts. And we're going to get a whistle as Owens goes once again inside the paint. Another foul on the Mules, and that's already team foul number 7, and that's going to be on Hickman Roberson. Lori Edmondson, she is tuning in. She says, love it, go Mules. And she does say hi, Tim. He's doing a great job, Lori. He's up in the bleachers. You saw him earlier. He is, tell you what, this setup here is very unique, and somehow Tim is able to make the best of every situation. 5:28 to go here in the first half. Second one is no good by Owens, and Gavin Rivers comes back with the rebound. Karen Witt, so glad you're tuning in, Miss Karen. How's Dwayne doing? He loves what Preston Moore's doing right now. Isaiah Neville gets some space, and it's going to go out of his fingers. And last touch by Rico Coleman. It'll stay with the Mules. Thank you, Miss Lori. Appreciate you a lot. We'll be up in Park Hills next Thursday night, Tim and I will. And to close out the regular season, we'll be at home next Friday when the Mules take on the Bulldogs. Roberson for 3. Oh, it hangs up on the rim. Darius Graham with the rebound. Yes, oh, it rims out on him. Oh, I thought that was going to go in. Oh, man, the Mules missed an opportunity there. And we're going to get a foul here. This one on Torrance Williams, I believe. If it is, it's number 2 on him. And that'll be team foul number 8 for the Mules. Oh, the Mules had a golden opportunity and just could not knock that shot down. Torrance Williams coming out. Jack Scott, I believe, is going to come in on the second free throw attempt. Rico Coleman, he'll go to the free throw line. 2 points so far tonight. Knocks down the first one. 27-24. So far, the Blue Jays here in the ball game, they are shooting 43%. They are 4 out of 5 on the free throw line. Mules, by the way, they are shooting 50%. And they lead by 2, 27-25. Make sure and hit that share button for us on Facebook. Long game to go. Mules down by 2, or make that up by 2, rather. It is loud here tonight in Charleston. We are near the fans here on the second level. We're in the corner. And a travel called on Isaiah Neville. A turnover on the Mules. The Bulldogs have 1 turnover. The Mules have just 4. 4:20 to play here in the first half. Mules down at 27-25. So now the Blue Jays are going to bring it down the floor. They're going left to right. Number 1 team in the state of Missouri in Charleston. They are ranked in the top 10, top 5 really in Class 3. Williams, he somehow nearly lost it. Now he does. Boy, good job by Roberson there on the turnover. And now Gavin Rivers is going to step out of bounds. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Coach Durden says, whoa, he's all over him. He wanted to foul, and he's not going to get it. So Turner is going to come out of the ball game, and P.J. Farmer comes back in. 3:50 to go here before halftime. Williams guarded by Roberson, and now out to Wiley. Wiley picked up by Isaiah Neville. Owens, he's going to go baseline on Jack Scott, and I believe he stepped out of bounds. He did. That's a good matchup there between Jack Scott and Calterian Owens, because those two big guys, Owens is 6'5", Scott 6'6". Brendan Durden going to check back in momentarily. Gavin Rivers now trying to get some space. Roberson from the free throw line. It's no good. And the rebound comes back to Rico Coleman. So Coleman now picks it up with Gavin Rivers. He'll go inside the paint. Hands off to Owens. And Owens again at 13 points. We are tied at 27 now. Mules got off to a 10-3 lead, and Charleston battled back. Make that Darius Graham. What a move. An awkward shot taken, but he knocks it down. 29-27. Mules up again by 2. What a good crowd tonight in Charleston for senior night. Preston Moore, Brendan Durden, David Durbin all going to check in. Owens again. He's going to go baseline, and what a move by Roberson on the block. The Mules are going to lose it. It's going to be a turnover, a steal by Williams. And now the Mules give it right back to the Blue Jays, and Williams, he is going to go coast to coast in transition and tie the game up again at 29. So far here in this quarter, Charleston outscored the Mules 12-9. Rico Coleman with a block shot, as Gavin Rivers could not get the shot to fall. So now the Mules are going to have some substitutions coming in for Bluff. Isaiah Neville stays in the ball game. He'll get the inbound from David Durbin. The shot is no good. What a nice rebound by Preston Moore. Shot is up and no good, and here comes P.J. Farmer. He gives it to Williams, and Williams cannot connect on the first opportunity. And now on the other end, Preston Moore with a big shot. He's got 7 already here in the ball game, 31-29. And Owens again with another 2 points there. And it is once again a 31-31 ball game. Isaiah Neville comes out. Cameron Settle comes in. And he misses that one. Owens misses the free throw, but the offensive rebound is up and good. And just like that, it is now 33-31 the score. So Charleston with their first lead. Settle took one too many steps. And we get a whistle and a turnover on the Mules. Darius Graham back in. And he's going to check in for Jack Scott. So Roberson also going to take a seat for the Mules. No, he's back in the ball game, rather. Nope, they're going to say come off now. Mules have 5 on the floor now. Mules have Darius Graham, Cameron Settle, Preston Moore, David Durbin, Brendan Durden. Ron Withrow says it is a Snickers night. He is in that recliner. 3-point basket is no good by Wiley. Good rebound by Preston Moore. The Mules are down by 2 points. They have not trailed except when it was 2-0, and we're going to get a 30-second timeout here called by the Mules. They've got 3 timeouts remaining in the ball game. Our broadcast tonight being brought to you by Taco John's at Scott Law Group LLC. Also being brought to you by Briggs & Stratton and Larry Hillis Dodge in Poplar Bluff. All right, Facebook folks and YouTube folks, tell you what, it is a good ball game. It's back and forth right now, 33-31. We appreciate you tuning in live on Facebook and YouTube. Also on the radio. I know Grandma Jackie is tuning in tonight back in Poplar Bluff. Big Mules fan, as she is ready for the Mules to shock Southeast Missouri. David Durbin going to inbound to Brendan Durden coming up here in just a moment. I almost dare say, Tim, that you and I might be the only media here covering this game tonight. Don't know for sure, but there's a steal. And Rico Coleman, he goes up and punches one in, and now it is a 4-point game at 35-31. So now we'll see how the Mules respond. Brendan Durden shot is no good. David Durbin on the offensive rebound goes back up top, and he scores it in. That's a big shot by David Durbin. And now it is still a 2-point game, 35-33, 35 seconds. Mules, big possession right now. Williams inside the lane. What a move. He is so good. It's so quick. 37-33, 4-point deficit. Brendan Durden, he's going to go up and he'll draw the contact and get fouled in the process. And that is team foul number 5. It's going to be Katarian Owens, and that'll be his first, team foul number 4. So now Brendan Durden has a chance here for the first time tonight. 71% on the free throw line this year. Free throw coming up here with 20.7 seconds left in the first half. He knocks down the first one, 37-34. Mules down by 3 points, a 1-possession game. Second one is on the way by Durden. It is up, and it is no good. And the rebound by Owens. Owens, 17 points here in the first half. Tell you what, man, this team, this Blue Jays team, they're going to play for one shot, up by 3, trying to make it a 2-possession game. Williams battles inside, and we've got a foul coming up. The Mules, Coach Durden looks surprised by the foul. It's going to be on Darius Graham, and that'll be team foul number 10. Ed Norton, that might be the comment of the night. 4 seconds left. This gym has seen many All-Staters, always a hard place to win. You're right. Mules last got a win here, by the way, just a few years ago. First one is up, and it's no good. And we're going to see Isaiah Neville coming in now for Poplar Bluff. Second one coming up here by Williams. It is up, and he makes 1 out of 2. It is 38, and they steal it again, and this one is no good, as Farmer nearly had a big three-pointer. So we have reached halftime. 38-34 is the score, and we're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to come back, and we'll break down the first half. Mules trail 38-24. Or 38-34 rather. You're watching and listening to Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
All right, so we are back here live in Charleston, and right now it is a 4-point game by the Blue Jays, and let's break it all down here at the half. The Mules outscored Charleston 20-17 in that first quarter, and then the Blue Jays flipped the script on us. They outscored the Mules at 21-14 there in the second quarter. Let's go through the stats here. Let's start with the Blue Jays right now. They are shooting 52%. They are 15 out of 29 overall, just 2 of 8 from behind the arc, and they are 6 of 9 on the free throw line. Already 10 rebounds in the first half. They have been out-rebounded, by the way, 20-10. Mules have 8 offensive rebounds. The Blue Jays have 3 offensive rebounds. The Blue Jays have 8 first half assists, 1 block shot, 5 steals, and 4 turnovers. They are led in scoring by Colterian Owens. He's got 17 points already. He had 10 points in the first quarter, 7 there in the second, and then from there 6 points by Rico Coleman. He had 2 in the first, 4 in the second, and then 5 points each by Almarian Williams and by Rami Turner, each coming in that second quarter, and 5 points by PJ Farmer, which came in the first quarter. And that is the scoring breakdown right now for the Charleston Blue Jays. Looking over at the Mules and what they're doing right now, they are shooting 47%. They are 14 out of 30 so far, 4 of 5 on the free throw line. They are 2 of 6 from behind the arc, 5 assists, 2 block shots, 2 steals, 9 turnovers. And by the way, the Mules, once again, 20 rebounds so far. They've got 8 offensive rebounds so far in this ball game. They are led by Darius Graham, 10 points right now. He had 8 of those in the first quarter, and then 7 points off the bench by Preston Moore, 2 in the first, 5 in the second, and then from there 4 points by Gavin Rivers and by Jack Scott, all coming in that first quarter. Also 4 points by Torrance Williams, 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 4 points by David Durbin, that coming in the second quarter. 1 point by Brendan Durden, and that is currently the current situation for the Mules as of right now. We were looking at the last time that Bluff actually beat Charleston. And by the way, it was in this gym, as Ed Norton alluded to a moment ago, how hard it is to win in this gym. The last time the Mules did that, it was back in 2019 on Valentine's Day of 2019. Mules won right here by a final score. You ready? 92-91. That was the final score. Can you imagine having a game like that? We very well could be. Each team is just under 40 points so far in the first half. It can be done. The Mules have won last here back in 2019. It was all the way on Valentine's Day. We will see what happens. Mules basketball proudly presented tonight by eye care specialist Christian Automotive and Tire. Also being brought to you by Patriot Auto Glass, Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, First Choice Insurance, Air Solutions, Russians Towing, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Also being brought to you by PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Kevin's Automotive Repair, and by First Midwest Bank. All right, we are under 4 minutes away until we tip it off for second half action. It'll belong to the Blue Jays. When we come back, you're watching and listening to live coverage of Mules basketball. We're back in about 2 or so minutes. This is the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff. Eye Care Specialists is committed to the protection and the preservation of the precious gift of sight. Nothing is more important than your eyesight. That's the way the doctors of Eye Care Specialists see it.
Protecting your toys are just as important as protecting your daily driver. First Choice Insurance can help find the coverage for your ATVs, boats, and campers that will give you peace of mind and not break your bank. So don't forget to allow First Choice Insurance to review your insurance needs today.
All right, so we are back with under 2 minutes to go here before we get ready for the tip-off of the second half. Coach Nathan Walk is tuning in. He sent me a text. He's listening right now and doesn't say a flippant thing about me, but he does say Tim is doing a great job. What is up with that? Coach Walk, you got to be kidding me. I was there for your big win last Friday night for the OFC championship game, and I still can't get any love. No, we did a great job last week. That OFC tournament, man, it was a phenomenal. Greenville, they are the real deal. And good luck to you, Coach, in the upcoming districts. Hope you guys go really far, making that possible state run. Stephen James is tuning in all the way from Claremont, Florida. Glad to have you alongside here tonight. A lot of folks right now tuning in on Facebook and on YouTube. Remember to hit that share button for us on YouTube and Facebook. We would greatly appreciate it. And we're about to get ready for the second half here in just a moment as both teams now get ready to walk back out. Final instructions from each of their head coaches. Don't worry, Coach Walk. I have that green drink right here, right beside me. I never travel home without it. It's like having that American Express card. I never leave home without it. All right, so we're going to get back here to live action in just a moment, and we're going to get to the original starting five for the Mules and the normal starters for the Blue Jays. Charleston will have the ball first as we get ready for the second half to begin, and we are underway. Charleston now going from right to left on your TVs, screens, and radio dials. And there's a quick bucket right there off the bat by Rico Coleman. It is now a 6-point game, the largest of the game for the Blue Jays. Short there by Torrance Williams from the elbow, and here comes P.J. Farmer and company. Owens now, wide open three. It is no good. Oh, Rico Coleman could not finish the jam, and now we're going to get a steal by Owens. And it's going to go as we see Gavin Rivers now. So a turnover here on both ends, and now we are back to live action. Quickly, Gavin Rivers is going to come in the ball game now. So now Rivers going to be taken away again. Another steal, this one by Coleman. And now Williams near the elbow and sticks it in and scores. It's now quickly an 8-point ball game all of a sudden. It is 42-34. We may get a timeout by Poplar Bluff. We will. It is a 30-second timeout. The Mules now down to their final 2 timeouts here at the ball game. And we just started the second half. We're back in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. So we are back here. The Mules right now trying to stay in this ball game. They are down by 8 points. 6:50 to go here in the third quarter of play. David Durbin is going to have it lost by Owens. Another turnover by the Mules. Now at 12. And now, oh my goodness, another foul going to be called on the Mules as Coleman was driving the lane. I believe it's going to be on Torrance Williams. It is, and that is number 3. So Rico Coleman, 8 points here in the ball game thus far. He is 2 of 2 on the free throw line. Boy, the Mules played very well there in that first quarter, and since then it has been all Charleston so far. As we see Roberson coming in the ball game now, he'll come in for Gavin Rivers. Rivers has a couple of points and 2 rebounds so far. Second one is on the way by Coleman. Coleman is up, and it is no good. But another rebound by Standback, Trey Standback. He has not scored yet. Owens now, oh, good move, and Torrance Williams somehow falls on it. Now the ball's on the floor and picked up by Brendan Durden. Durden gets some space, goes up and scores. He goes coast to coast. Now that's what the Mules need right there, down by 7. Still a lot of time left in this ball game for the Mules. No reason to panic whatsoever. Williams, step back jumper there inside the paint, and he goes up and scores. It is 45-36 now. David Durbin back around to Darius Graham. Graham back to Durbin. Durbin over to Roberson. Roberson in the corner. He goes up and puts it in and scores. Good assist there by David Durbin. Still a 7-point ball game, 45-38. Still a long way to go in this one. If you're the Mules, you don't want to panic right now as Williams gets it over to P.J. Farmer. Farmer 5 points here in the ball game. Coleman, they are daring him to shoot it from the outside. He doesn't bite. Williams, 3-point basket, scores. He's got 12 here in the ball game. It is now a 10-point game, and we're going to get a whistle. Last touched by Standback. And Isaiah Neville going to come in the ball game for Darius Graham. Graham 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. 5:19 or make that 5:20 to play here in the third quarter. 10-point game right now. Mules down by 10. And we're going to see another steal by Williams. And Durden, oh my goodness, he is slow to get up. He is hobbling on the right knee, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. But the more important thing is Coach Durden's like, where's the foul? Brendan's in a lot of pain too. He may have to come out. So Owen got the offensive rebound. We're going to get a foul on Roberson, and Durden kind of shakes off the coaching staff. He's trying to walk it out, but he's going to have to come out. He's going to have to come out. Darius Graham, we'll keep an eye on him, but he's in a lot of pain. There's no doubt about that. They called that last foul on Roberson, by the way. And 2 free throws were missed by Owen. And now we're going to get a scramble on the floor. And it's going to belong to the Mules on the possession arrow. Kent Keith is sending me a text right now about our Lady Mules, and let's see what he says. Lady Mules are down 30-23 in the third quarter of play. So now the Mules, Torrance Williams down by 10. And now Isaiah Neville gives it to Torrance Williams, and Williams is going to go in and draw the foul. So now Charleston picks up their first foul of the second half, and it'll be on Owens. It'll be his second. And now Torrance Williams is going to go to the free throw line. He has not been there tonight. 48% this year, 22 out of 46. And he misses that one. Going to be tracked down in the corner by P.J. Farmer. Oh, good job by Torrance Williams, though. Takes it away on the steal by P.J. Farmer. And Torrance now with 6 points. That's what the Mules needed right there. It's back to within. It is a 6-point game. And the Mules nearly turn it over, or I should say nearly come away with another steal. So now Owens on the other end, count it, and the bucket again, and now it's 50-42. And that is 4 personal fouls on Torrance Williams. And now Jack Scott's going to come in the ball game. 4 personal fouls on Torrance Williams. And now Owens, who has 17 points, makes the 3-point play. And now it is 51-42. Isaiah Neville with a big jumper that time. And it's 51-44 the score. So now Williams goes to the free throw line. Rico Coleman outside to P.J. Farmer. Farmer is wide open from behind the arc. It's no good. What a good rebound there by Darius Graham. Graham is going to go coast to coast, lays it up and scores. He's got a dozen. Just like that, it's back to a 5-point game again. So the good news is that Brendan Durden looks like he's going to check in. So that is some good news. Rico Coleman could not get the shot to go down. He is not happy as he gets up. Rebounded by Gavin Rivers as he's in the ball game now. Isaiah Neville for 3, it's no good. Another offensive rebound by Darius Graham. Neville again from the free throw line, it rims out, no good. Oh, man. And now on the other end, 2 more points there by the Blue Jays, 53-46. Williams, by the way, nobody blocks out, and he was able to go right in with 14 points. Darius Graham gets it to Gavin Rivers, and Rivers is going to drive inside, and he'll draw the contact. So Gavin Rivers is going to shoot a couple of free throws here. That is the second foul this half on the Blue Jays. Wiley picks up a foul. It's his first. Gavin Rivers misses the free throw. And Turner is back in the ball game for the Blue Jays. Good to see Brendan Durden back in the ball game. Jack Scott as well. And this time, Gavin Rivers, he knocks down the second free throw. It is 53-47 now the score. So the Mules not going away. Rico Coleman is in the corner. We'll see what the Mules are able to do with it here as Poplar Bluff not going away quietly. Wiley, long pass, and this one is going to go up and over the head of Rico Coleman. There's a rare turnover on Wiley. 2:10 to play here in the third quarter. It is a 6-point game. Tell you what, man, the Mules are far from being done in this ball game. They are far, far from being done. Isaiah Neville gets it to Rivers for three. This one is off the mark. Another offensive rebound opportunity. It does. It falls for Jack Scott on the offensive rebound. Gavin Rivers, pull-up jumper from the elbow. And now it's a 4-point game again. 1:49 to go in the third. Oh, this is going to be a good finish. I've got a feeling the Mules going toe-to-toe with the #1 team in the state. Williams going up top, and it's no good. And David Durbin with a big rebound. Boy, he's played really good. Isaiah Neville goes up and scores. He's got 4 points. It is a 2-point game. 53-51. Boy, right now was the time the Mules got to put the hammer down and just keep defending. I know Rico Coleman made that shot, but nothing that Jack Scott could have done. He did everything right. And sometimes it still is not enough. Gavin Rivers now over to David Durbin for three. Bang! It is a 1-point game. Ed Norton, we need more John Scott. I agree. He better be watching. He better be watching right now. 46 seconds and counting. Boy, Jack has played a couple of great games here of late. Oh, he's going to get fouled. Owens is going to get bailed out. The look on Jack Scott's face says it all. That's going to be his third personal foul. And that is team foul number 4. Coach Durden wants an explanation. He may not get one from the official. He's going to get one now from the official. So Rico Coleman is going to take a seat right now. No, he's going to come back in. He just wiped off his hands. PJ Farmer may check back in here momentarily. Oh, he's not in the act of shooting, so he's not going to shoot free throws. Richard White, I agree with the sentiment, my friend. Williams going to go inside, guarded by 2 men. Owens goes up. He misses the first shot, and he can't connect. And here comes Durden goes up and scores. Gavin Rivers, the Mules have come back and they lead by 1. Oh, what a game, what a game, what a game. And we're going to get a foul here. The Mules are going to get called for the foul. Rico Coleman is going to go to the free throw line, and that is team foul number 5 already. So Gavin Rivers is going to be called for the personal foul. Durden comes out. Hickman Roberson comes in. And this one, another drives inside the lane. Bucket and 1. It's going to be on Darius Graham, his second. Armarian Williams has a chance for a 3-point play now the old-fashioned way with 4 seconds left. And it's too strong. Durbin with the rebound. And the Mules are just going to throw it away. A turnover on the Mules as we have played 3 quarters. Oh, Morgan McIntosh, our downtown Poplar Bluff director. She is tuning in, likes what she sees. Mules down by 1. You're listening and watching Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is a family-owned one-stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
Larry Hillis is a proud sponsor of Mule Sports. Local sports, local fans, and local business. A winning combination.
Mules are down by 1 point, 57-56 as we get ready for the start of the fourth and final quarter. And right now the Mules, they are the ones, I believe, with the momentum, as in that quarter the Mules outscored Charleston 22-19. But now the Mules have got to dig down deep. They're going to have to dig down deep and figure out a way to keep putting points on the board with this very talented team out of Charleston. How do you beat them? That is the question. They go inside to P.J. Farmer, and another foul coming up. Farmer was out of position. The Mules kind of bailed him out. It's going to be on Brendan Durden, his third personal foul, and that means Charleston now is in the bonus the rest of the way. Fouls are 7-2. Mules have 2, or I should say 7 rather, and Charleston with 2. P.J. Farmer misses the first free throw. We're going to see Preston Moore coming in for Brendan Durden. 7:48 to go. Mules have 2 timeouts, by the way. Charleston, they've got all 5 of theirs. Second free throw, too strong. It's no good. It's going to be last touch by Owens. So now the Mules will get it back down by 1. Faith Durden says, let's go Mules. They're down by just 1. So now we'll see what the Mules can do. Oh, no, sir, that's going to be a foul. You got to give P.J. Farmer credit. He tried to sell that one, but that was not a foul on Gavin Rivers. You got to give it to P.J. Farmer. He tried. And the Oscar goes to, I'll say Gavin Rivers because he was the beneficiary of that one. 7:35 to go here in the ball game. Mules are down by 1. Well over 100 right now watching on YouTube on a Thursday night. Darius Graham going to go inside. A lot of contact, no foul. No foul called. And on the other end, 2 points the other way for Trey Standback. 59-56. Boy, the Mules have got to be gutty now. Roberson goes up and he lays it in off the backboard and scores. Still 1 point game. Good move by Roberson. Preston Moore for the assist. Jack Scott doing everything he can. Stand back again for the 2 points. 61-58. I say the lower the score is, it favors Poplar Bluff. They've just got to figure out a way to stop these big guys by Charleston. Roberson picked up by Standback, and now Preston Moore. Moore gets rid of it. Gavin Rivers for the 3-ball bang. Gavin Rivers for 3. That is huge, and we are tied at 61. Oh my goodness. Standback going to go in the lane with the right or left hand. He finishes, and he's got 6 points. What a battle we are seeing right now. 63-61. Gavin Rivers goes up again, too strong. Preston Moore thought he had a little bit of a touch. And now, just like that, back in transition, Standback. And now it's back to 4. Mules playing. They're going to say offensive foul on the Mules. Got him with the elbow. And they're going to call that one, I believe, on Darius Graham. And that's going to be his 3rd. Boy, the Mules have just got to slow down the tempo just a little bit. Right now, they are playing the way Charleston wants them to play. Is very fast, and it's causing them some issues. Mules are down by 4 points. A lot of game still left to play in this one. Lots and lots of time. Mules have been down by 10. Oh, boy, Darius Graham has just committed his 4th personal foul. That is a big one. That is big right there. That is 9 team fouls for the Mules. 9-3 is where we are right now. They counted the bucket too on Williams. They just counted that bucket. One official said it was on the floor, and they're calling. Well, they got the score wrong. The score is wrong. It's a 1-1. Everybody is confused as Gavin Rivers with the rebound, and now we get a whistle and a foul. The score here says 67-61. That is not the true score. It's 65-61. They did not count the last bucket. Good job by Darius Graham. That last foul, by the way, was on Rico Coleman. Second one is up. And he got his own rebound. Goes back up top, scores. That's a three-point swing, and now it's back to within a one-point game. The scoreboard here, they're going to have to fix that scoreboard. And now they are. Now the officials are going to get over there, and they're going to have to fix it because Coach Durden is correct. He's confused. There we go. Now it's fixed. I told you, Tim, don't doubt me. He doubted me. I know he did. They did not count the bucket a moment ago by Williams. That's why it's 65-64. We've got ourselves a barn burner now once again. P.J. Farmer, top of the key, picked up by Roberson. Now makes his way to Owen. He's got 20 points. Now he's going to drive on Jack Scott. They kick it out to Rico Coleman. Again, how do you defend that? There's nothing that Scott could do on that last play. That's just good offense by Charleston. So now the Blue Jays, Williams will come out. And Wiley is back in the ball game now. Mules nearly turn it over. 5:10 to play here in the ball game. Mules down by 3 points. One possession game. Roberson breaks traffic, goes up top, and it rims out on him. Oh, I thought that was going to go in. It rimmed out on him, and now Rico Coleman Euro step, and it's no good. I thought that was going to go in. Darius Graham pushes the tempo, and there's a steal by Owen. And now on the other end, no good on the first try by P.J. Farmer, but Rico Coleman. And it's back to a 5-point game again. Still a lot of time left to go. Isaiah Neville going to go up top. It's no good. And Owen now, the ball is going to be taken by Owen. Boy, the Mules have played sloppy the last couple of trips, going way too fast on offense. Still a lot of time left, a 5-point ball game coming up on the midway point. Oh, what a good move as somehow Standback got some space. And another foul on the Mules, and that is a double bonus now the rest of the way. And now we're going to see after the Jack Scott gets called for his third personal foul. And now we're going to see mass substitution now. Torrance Williams is back in the ball game, as is Brendan Durden. David Durbin as well. And no good by Standback. He makes 1 out of 2. And now Preston Moore, as he's going to be fouled in the process, and Blue Jay fans don't like it. They are not happy with the call, but Preston Moore now is going to go to the free throw. No, it's not. It's going to be on the floor. I don't believe he was in the act of shooting. And they're going to call that one on Rico Coleman. That's his third. So now Brendan Durden from the corner, it's no good. And now we're going to get a whistle and a foul. This one, I believe, I thought it was on David Durbin. Oh, yeah, it is on Durbin, okay. Torrance Williams thought maybe it was going to be on him, but it's not. But David Durbin, though, is going to be called for his first personal foul. So Durbin picks up a foul. It is a 2-shot foul by Wiley coming up. He has not been there tonight, misses the first one. Still a lot of time left to go in this ball game. Lots and lots of time left. Mules cannot panic. Misses both of them. And now Williams with the rebound. Boy, Poplar Bluff if they can figure out a way to put points on the board in this possession, Brendan Durden is going to have it taken away. 70-64 the score. It's a 6-point game, and we're going to get a whistle and another foul on the Mules. Coach Durden, he is not happy right now, as Durbin is going to be called for his second personal foul. And Stanback is going to go to the free throw line here tonight again. First one is up and good. He is 2 out of 3. 71-64. So far tonight, Charleston 10 out of 23. Make that 11 out of 24 right now from the free throw line. Oh, by the way, the Mules right now is 6 out of 10. Preston Moore got it to David Durbin. The shot was off balance, no good. It is rebounded by P.J. Farmer. Farmer kicks it outside to Stanback. Stanback is going to walk it up, and they'll reset the offense now. Still a lot of time is left, but Poplar Bluff, they've got to start getting points on the other end. They have to start getting points on the other end. Oh, good move by Preston Moore as the dunk was no good. Here comes Brendan Durden. Torrance Williams offensive rebound, puts it up and scores. 72-66. Mules trail 44-35 with about 3 minutes to go in that ball game. 74-66 now. Brendan Durden for 3, it's no good. And the ball is on the floor right now. We're going to get a timeout here called by the Blue Jays. Rico Coleman, great awareness by him. And that'll be a timeout here called by the Blue Jays. 30-second timeout. So right now the Blue Jays find themselves up 74-66. Tell you what, the Mules, they have been battling all game long. But man, Charleston is so good, so quick. They are hard to defend. Once again, Poplar Bluff gets tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. But I got to tell you, this Mules team, they are just doing everything they can right now. Poplar Bluff, after the timeout, down by 9 points. 2:23 to go here in the ball game, and for the Mules, they have got to figure out a way to start figuring out to get stops, and then on the other end, they're going to have to get points on the offensive side of the ball. So now they'll inbound following the timeout. 2:20 to play here in the ball game. Can the Mules get some stops? They're down by 9 points. We get a whistle and a foul. This one on Poplar Bluff. It is a 2-shot foul, and that is the 5th foul by Darius Graham. He has just fouled out with 15 points. Isaiah Neville will come in the ball game now. So Darius Graham, 15 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. Stanback at the free throw line, misses the first one. He's got 11. Second one is on the way. And he makes that one. So now it is 75-66. Nearly a turnover there as David Durbin for 3. It's no good. And P.J. Farmer is somehow going to come away with the rebound. Somehow comes away with the rebound. And now we are under 2 to play. Mules down by 9. Good job by Isaiah Neville. Shot is up and no good. Here comes Gavin Rivers, and a blocking foul coming up I believe it's on Rico Coleman is going to be called for the personal foul. It is going to be on Coleman. And that is his fourth. And now going to the free throw line, Gavin Rivers. So Rivers now, he's got 12 points here tonight. He is 1 of 2 on the free throw line. It is up and it is good. So now Wiley back in the ball game for the Blue Jays. Rico Coleman will take a seat. Second one coming up here for Gavin Rivers. Knocks them both down. 75-68, 1:43 to go here in the ball game. Mules have got to figure out a way now to continue to put pressure on and get stops. That is a must for this team. And we're going to get a foul once again on Poplar Bluff. It's going to be on Brendan Durden, I believe. It is going to be on Brendan Durden, and that'll be his 5th personal foul. Coach Durden knows he has a minute to sub in, and he's going to take that minute to the fullest. Coach Durden is pleading his case right now to the official. Mules have 15 team fouls in this. So now Roberson's going to come in for Durden. At the free throw line is going to be Almarion Williams. He's got 16 points. 2-shot foul coming up. Knocks down the first one. 76-68. And the second one is no good. Rebounded by Torrance Williams. Mules. And this one is going to be last touched, I believe, by the Blue Jays. And they're going to say it's bluff ball with 1:23 to go here in the ball game. So now the Mules, once again, they inbounded Isaiah Neville. Gives it to Gavin Rivers, and Rivers has it taken away by P.J. Farmer. Farmer goes up, it's no good. And now we're going to get a foul on Torrance Williams. He is just fouled out of the ball game. So Mules have had two to foul out here in this contest. So Torrance Williams, Mules have 15 fouls in this half alone. So P.J. Farmer is going to go to the free throw line. 5 points on the ball game. All 5 came in that first quarter. It's a 2-shot foul, misses the first. Very chippy down there here tonight. We knew it would be. These two teams, neither one of them want to lose. 77-68 now the score. 3-point basket is up and it's good. (77-71), under a minute to go. As Roberson cuts it down a little bit. Shot is no good. And now the Mules 77-71. Roberson, by the way, he's got his 3rd personal foul. Preston Moore back in the ball game now. 78-71. Stand back. And he misses that one. Rebounded by Gavin Rivers with 30 seconds left here in the ball game. Preston Moore for three, buries another three. And it's 78-74 now. The Mules have got a foul. Rico Coleman, though, got loose, and that is the explanation point that they needed. And the Mules are going to end up and not going to be able to do much. Mules are going to fall tonight 80-74, but man, the Mules fought hard. I know it's not what the coaches want, but man, they fought hard. 80-74. Oh, we're going to come back and we're going to wrap this one up. Don't go anywhere. Mules fall tonight, 80-74. You're listening to Mules basketball and watching on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
And we are back here live as the Mules fall tonight by a final score of 80-74. And man, it was a hard-fought game. Hard-fought all the way. You can't fault Poplar Bluff for everything they did here tonight. Man, they gave it everything and then some. And last couple of games has been brutal when it comes to the actual foul count and the whole 9 yards. And I'm not suggesting that is, what happened at all here tonight, because I'm not suggesting that, period. But I will tell you, you look at the stats here overall, and for the ball game, Charleston picked up 10 fouls all game long. The Mules picked up 26. So that should tell you a lot right there. But nevertheless, let's break it all down here for you real fast. In Charleston, they shot the ball 53%. Overall, they were 31 out of 58, 3 out of 11 from behind the arc, 15 out of 32 when it comes to the free throw line, 26 rebounds, 15 assists, 13 steals, 8 turnovers. They were led in scoring by Katarian Owens at 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. Rico Coleman, a great ball game. He had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 17 points by Marion Williams as well, 13 points by Trey Standback, and then from there 7 by Rami Turner, 6 points by PJ Farmer. All 5 of his points, by the way, came in that first quarter, and then the Mules held him down to 1 point the remainder of the game. Let's talk about Poplar Bluff and what they were able to do here tonight. They shot 51% overall. They were 30 out of 59, 8 out of 12 from the free throw line, 6 of 15 at three-point line. Tonight, 39 rebounds, 20 turnovers, though, 14 assists, 3 block shots, and 4 steals. By the way, the Mules, they outscored the Blue Jays 20-17 there in the first quarter, 21-14 in the second quarter, and then 22-19. The Mules outscored the Blue Jays in the third, and then the Blue Jays outscored the Mules 23-18 in the fourth quarter alone. Looking at the Mules right now, statistically, the Mules were led in scoring by Darius Graham. He would foul out, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Also 14 points by Gavin Rivers, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. And then from there, let's see where the points fell for Poplar Bluff. 10 points, by the way, by Preston Moore. He had 7 points in the first half, 10 for the ball game. Also 10 by Torrance Williams. Mules had 4 players that scored double figures here on senior night for the Blue Jays. And then from there, Marlon Hitman-Roberson, 7 points on the night, 4 points by Jack Scott and by Isaiah Neville, and then 3 points by Brendan Durden. By the way, 7 points as well for David Durbin. He had a great ball game as well, as the Mules tonight put up 12 offensive rebounds, 39 for the ball game. So that was critical right there in itself for Poplar Bluff, as the Mules still doing everything they can to stay with the Blue Jays, and man, they did phenomenal work. I know it didn't go the way they wanted, but the Mules did everything they possibly could here tonight to get on the winning ways here tonight. The Mules, by the way, or I should say Charleston rather, they now go to 20-6 on the season. The Mules, meanwhile, they now fall to 9-13 on the season. We are down to our final 2 games of the regular season, and then we get ready for the districts. And I got to tell you, I know the Mules did not get it done here tonight, but I'm telling you, this team, I believe, is going to be very, very dangerous when it comes to the districts in a couple of weeks. I know we seed early next week. It'll be interesting to kind of see how that plays out. There's no telling where we're going to end up when it comes to the overall district seeding. We'll have to wait and see what happens coming up here later on. But Mules, they fall tonight, and they nearly pick up a big, big win. Just comes up a little bit short here tonight live in Charleston. All right, Tim and I are going to say we're going to wrap it up here, and we're going to get you ready for the Glenn Beck program here in just a moment. Before we say so long, let's remind you our broadcast here tonight being brought to you by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty, and Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Also being brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Russians Towing, Air Solutions, also First Choice Insurance, Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, Patriot Auto Glass. Also being brought to you by Christian Automotive and Tire, Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge, Briggs & Stratton. Also being brought to you by the Scott Law Group, LLC, and being brought to you by Taco John's. So the Mules here tonight, they get it. They fall a little bit short tonight. They now go to 9-13 on the season, and now we turn our attention. The Mules get a much-deserved break. The Mules are going to be off for the next 7 days. Our next ball game is going to come up next Friday when the Mules travel to Central Park Hills. We'll be there for that game. And, of course, we're going to be there as well to bring you live coverage starting at around 6:30. And then next Friday, we will end back in Poplar Bluff. All right, we're going to wrap it up here tonight. Great job by Tim Hicks, as always, and everybody who tuned in tonight for Poplar Bluff Mules basketball. We appreciate you for what you do, and, of course, all of our sponsors stepping up in a very big way tonight as they always do each and every ball game. I'll see you back tomorrow morning starting at 6 a.m. with your latest news, sports, and weather. I'm Frankie Castillo. We are saying so long from Charleston as the Mules fall tonight. You've been listening and watching Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.